Hey, what's up, you guys? Bloody Jacob here to bring you a quick video talking about Volume 1 of IDW's Godzilla Rulers of Earth series. Isn't that cover awesome? Holy shit, looks nice, doesn't it? So, if you guys have been following me on Facebook, or I might have mentioned it in an earlier video, I was picking up this from Barnes and Noble, picking this up from Barnes and Noble, I should say. I had it ordered, so it's in pretty good condition. Picked it up at the store and stuff. And if you guys didn't know, I've been a Godzilla fan for practically all my life. Ever since I could really think, about things like that. I remember before kindergarten, like I had a Discovery kindergarten classes, which is actually before kindergarten, and I remember bringing in a Godzilla and a King Kong toy to show and tell. First Godzilla movies I ever seen were Godzilla 2000, King Kong versus Godzilla. And I still absolutely love the character, the monster, to this day. I have almost all of the Godzilla films, minus a few from the Showa era, and minus the 84-85 Return of Godzilla, which has been released in America on Blu-ray or DVD or anything like that, which still bugs me, but I'm guessing it will be eventually, right? Yeah. Anyway, and out of all those years of loving Godzilla, I never got into the comics. Not that I tried and they didn't hook me. It's more so that I just never really looked into them too much for some reason. Now I like comic books. I'm not like huge on them. Obviously, I like comic books. There's Thor and Black Widow right over there. I like the movies and everything like that. But the amount of comics I read is a bit shorter than you'd expect, and I probably should be reading more than I do. I have like a basic knowledge of all of them and stuff like that, but I haven't read too much personally. But I do have a box in the closet. But these are comics I can get into right now. And I did read some Dark Horse's Godzilla King of the Monsters, which is pretty good. And I'm also reading Terror of Godzilla, which is sort of like a spin on the 84-85 film. But Rulers of Earth is one of the movies. Ugh, oh God. I just got up not too long ago, right? Rulers of Earth is one of the series that I was highly recommended on Toho Kingdom. That's the best forum and message board for this type of fandom, this type of genre that I've seen ever. I've been a part of that site for years. And this is a series that a few people on there recommended to me. And, I plan on getting the other volumes. I think there's, between, 5 and 7 total. I'm not sure. I haven't looked at it in a little bit, but I definitely plan on collecting the rest of them. And, my overall thoughts on the first volume, well, the story isn't, very complex. It's pretty linear, to be honest, and, some of the characters aren't, very complex, and some of the dialogue's a little bit cheesy. We as Godzilla fans, we've seen that a lot in the movies and stuff, so we're kind of used to it. We can kind of handle that. But the Godzilla part of it and the battles, it's absolutely awesome to read through. It's absolutely awesome to look at. And the artwork is really beautiful in a way. I think it's very vibrant. In certain ways, it almost crosses into a cartoonish type of style, which almost bugs me. But then there are just some really just awesome images and stuff like that in here. I'll show you a few pages out of the book. There's the introduction page right there. And a lot of the people behind this series, Chris Mowry, Matt Frank, people like that, they're actually personal fans of the character, of the films and stuff like that, so this is in good hands at the time. I'll show you the chapter 1 thing right there. And a great thing about this series is that a big part of it is complete fan service, because we have, although I enjoyed I've read Dark Horse's King of the Monsters and stuff, they didn't have the rights to all the Toho creatures. But with this, we pretty much have access to the whole roster. You get characters from Godzilla to Destroya to Kamanga to Gigan to King Ghidorah eventually, even to the Gargantuas, I should say, Sanda and stuff like that. And give you a Gigan right here. And it only gets more and more specific with the types of kaiju that are in this one. And yeah, that Kumonga and Gagan fight was pretty awesome. But just wow, I didn't really expect these monsters to really fight each other. And that's another part of the fan service that this book does, that this series does, is that they have monster battles we've never seen on film. And it really just hits the geek spot for the kaiju and Godzilla fan in me to see things like that. It's really, really an awesome work, I think. We even have Zilla in this. Of course, the 98 original American Godzilla. Give you a look at him there. They make him a lot bigger, and they actually make a pretty decent fight when Godzilla comes across them in this. It's pretty cool, actually. Another look at Godzilla. And this is an awesome page. It's epic, holy shit, that's awesome, isn't it? Alright. Give you another look at it. I don't want you to see the whole thing because I want you to read it yourselves. But I gotta show you that. Isn't that awesome? I'm just geeking out again. I've already read through the whole thing, obviously. There's even a little bit of blood in it, too. You can see some coming out when Godzilla bites Zilla on the neck there. It's awesome. And Godzilla still definitively wins, but they actually make it worth reading through with the fight sequence, so it's pretty cool. Well, it goes on anyway. I like this part. Zilla doesn't know where Godzilla went. He's looking around, darting his head back and forth. And then, that big building behind him. Boom. Yeah, Godzilla pretty much owns him at the end, which is awesome. Of course, I didn't really like what they did with Godzilla or Zilla in the 98 film, but I did like the animated series that followed that. That's what that version should have been, I think. But I think Zilla has potential as its own kaiju, if it's not considered just a Godzilla, a failed Godzilla, a failed version of that character, you know what I mean? And of course, the plot revolves around, like aliens and stuff and other alien species. It's okay, I guess, but like I said, I don't think a lot of us are reading this one for the story or the characters. But that part's okay. And I was really surprised that they brought in Destroya so early on, too, in the series. He's like capable, he or she, I should say, she is actually capable of being, like a final villain, as like the main villain at the end of the series. So I was really surprised to have her in this right away. Even have Amanda. Would like to see more of her in the movies, actually. Even have Ghidorah. That's a really obscure one that probably not a lot of people know about. Unless you're actually a fan of the stuff, then you probably do. But I mean, like, people outside of it, they probably have no idea. Just some giant octopus, right? But yeah, just complete fan service, just complete love letter is this series, I think. There's a look at the aliens there. Not the worst design I've seen, certainly better than them actually being cockroaches or something, right? Let me see if I can find Destroya in the final form. They're gonna have Mechagodzillas in this eventually, which is gonna be epic as hell. They even have like a spin on the Absolute Zero gun that's, a smaller thing now, so that's kind of cool. And then Gigan was taken in to be upgraded, and so the next time we see him in the series, he's probably going to be in that Final Wars type of look he had. So that's going to be cool to see, that we got to see both versions. We're going to see both versions of the character. And here's Chapter 4, Dawn of Destroya. That's just awesome. Holy shit. There's Godzilla getting up all pissed off. Let's see. Oh yeah, here's a good look at Destroya. Artwork's awesome, man. Wow. And it's really cool to see a rematch between these two. Have a B more going on. Not really, they didn't really connect and go back and forth, but they both kind of fired them off pretty close together, so it's cool. Destroy even goes into flying mode, flying form. We even have Mothra come into it. This story is jam-packed with these characters. It's awesome, man. We have some Mothra larvae and the adult Mothra coming to help Godzilla out, which is really cool. And if you guys seen Godzilla vs. Destroy, which I'm sure if you're a fan of the character you have, it's just really cool to see a rematch between these two, see it end differently, and it gives you some satisfaction because of how sad the Godzilla vs. Destroy ending was. Gives you a better feeling, you know? Godzilla pretty much kills Destroya as far as we know. That part's just awesome. You know, ripping off the horn there. What is not awesome about that, guys? You even have a little bit of comedy between the monsters. When the larva looks like it wants to latch onto Godzilla's tail, he gives them a look. And then they sort of wander off and go their separate ways. Godzilla sort of has like a little roar of gratitude almost, and the human characters also talk about the fact that Godzilla may have purposely set it up so he would get help from Mothra, because he was actually smart and he knew that he would have a better chance of winning against Destroya if he had help. You would have Varan show up at the end of this volume, so it's gonna be cool to see how he gets involved. He's a fan favorite that a lot of people want to see more of in the films, I know. There's that. There's a little art gallery. Gigan and Godzilla and Zilla. Almost done, guys. Some more Gigan, Destroya. Amanda, and when Godzilla's first attacked by Destroya again. And that's probably what the Japanese poster would look like if this was a movie. That's really awesome. It reminds me a lot of how they would do those. How they do those. And then you have some sketches. It's pretty cool, some of the human characters. Again, not the best, but they're on par with a lot of the Godzilla films, so it's no big deal. I mean, as far as, you know, how interesting the characters are. But we know we watch and read this stuff for the monsters, and it does really well in that regard. There's some sketches of the aliens, Godzilla and Zilla again. Kamanga. And there you go. So overall, I think this is just an awesome pickup and an awesome thing to get into if you're a Godzilla fan. Really awesome to have in your collection. Like I said, I plan on getting the other volumes. The battles are awesome. The artwork is very vibrant and beautiful. And it's just a really entertaining story to follow if you're a fan of the genre and stuff like that. So yeah, hope you guys enjoyed this video. It's a bit different for me, and it may be a while before I pick up Volume 2, but I do plan picking it up. When I do and read through it, I will do a review of that as well. Hope you guys enjoyed this. Follow me on Facebook, Twitter, MoviePilot, and look for Catch you guys next time, and peace.